Hello there. Uh, this is Sean from Just Chillin', and I am recording this to let everybody know that sadly, over the last weekends, our buddy and my co-host Andy Bell unfortunately passed away. Um, I've been debating. I knew I needed to, and I wanted to record an episode like this since I found out. Um, but in a way, I think I've been avoiding it. I think it honestly from some of the shock, and then just not having the words or feeling like I didn't have the words uh, to express how I felt, and to kind of be the one to bear it to everybody. In in a There were times where I was like, oh, it's just a silly podcast. I don't need to do this. I don't need to put it out. But luckily, clearer heads prevailed, and I know he would do it for me if something happened to me. Um, and it's just something you have to do, because like not everybody who listens to this is part of like in on a group chat, or maybe they missed it, or like they it could have been posted to social media, and like, I think it's only right. Like it's it's something that people deserve to know, and he'd want people to know. I know this podcast was really important to him, as it is to me. And uh, so here I am. This is the third time that I've tried recording this, um, and I think this is the one I'm just gonna stick with and go with. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it as I say it. I've tried preparing. That went poorly. I've tried just winging it, and yeah. But all that blabbering to say, um, for the details, let's get that going. Then I have some thoughts I want to add to it. As many of you know, or if you've listened to the last handful of podcasts, you've heard Andy talk about um, some of his health complications, and always kind of talking about it with an optimism that I think he carried through his everyday life, and through his personality, and just his general being. Um, but unfortunately, he hid the cancer. Um, it spread really rapidly, and you know how the rest goes. Um, he I will post a link. We've received a link to his obituary, and that includes a section where you can leave like a wall, like where you can leave like post memories and post pictures and videos and stuff. And there's also donation links um, to the hospice center uh, that where he was like kind of in those last couple weeks, and also the cancer fund um, for things like that. Because I know people have been asking for like if they can send flowers, et cetera, et cetera. And I think those donation links are probably the best courses of action going forward, um, and ways to contribute in his honor and his memory and stuff. But uh, yeah, it's really hard um, to lose what I consider my best friend. Um, Andy and I met like is almost 2 years ago. Like we'd already been chatting a little bit because our buddy Eric Strouders hooked us up before we both took off to Celebration in London. Like you guys all know that story. Um, but it's like there's times where I tell myself it's only been 2 years, but it's also like breaking down that wall a little bit and being like, no, dude, it was like it's easy to say that he was my best friend. Like he was always there for me. The amount that we spoke we spoke almost every day. Like we messaged every day, and we spoke for hours each week. Like the stuff we posted on the podcast was just the part we recorded, but we'd always bookend it with chatting, catching up, talking about our lives, like little mini therapy sessions. And um, I'll be forever grateful for that. He, it's shocking just how fast all of this went. I mean, I obviously knew a little bit longer than probably what was announced on the podcast. Um, but there was always an element of like, I always felt like Andy was kind of the guy who, like, he didn't want other people to worry. Like, he always wanted to be taking care of everybody else. And he did. He was always there for the amount that he gave and gave, whether it's time or he was always like, if you had an issue, like he'd always offer to pay or to cover it, like he did in London for dinners or drinks or whatever. But I think the thing that was different about Andy that always, yeah, that always surprised me is that it always felt genuine. Like I never felt like he was pandering, or saying what, you expect somebody to say or to do. It's like he genuinely cared about people. He made you feel seen and witnessed, and really emphasized like mental health. Like, mental health has always been a big part of my life, through the ups and downs. But he practiced what he preached. Like he helped me more than probably anybody ever has, kind of break down those barriers and like kind of that, I don't know, that like that feeling of like, oh yeah, we talk about mental health, but when it comes to actually talking about it, like, oh, that's the hard part. Like, especially I think for as men, we get older. Like, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. It's like being raised and feeling like, you're buried inside till it becomes a knot and it makes you croak. He always pushed to just be like, no, it's like, be open. Like, how are you feeling? He wasn't afraid to express how he felt. And like talk about the things that were difficult. He wasn't afraid to tell people what he loved and to talk about those things. Like, his family, his girls, Lucy were his everything. And he would talk about them endlessly, like out on the pod, outside the pod, and just like seeing him light up and stuff. And just, it taught me and helped me realize that it's like, you don't have to put on a persona of like who you are and what you like. And like, it's okay. Like ace job liking what you like. And I think it makes me really happy to see, especially over the last 24 hours, kind of see other people coming out of the woodwork and seeing the impact he had on their lives, and knowing that it's not just me, that he spent time with, talking to, helping, and basically just being a genuinely awesome person with. And for that, I am forever grateful. Am I crushed that I've lost my best friend? Absolutely. Do I know what to do with the pod going forward? I don't know. I know that if he were here, he would be adamantly, like, it wouldn't even be up for discussion. He'd be like, no, you have to keep going. Like, you have to keep going. Like, we need this, you need this, we all need this. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm recording this. And also, like, I'll figure it out. Like, I don't know exactly what it will be, but I do think I'm going to take a bit of a break. Um, and then sort it out. I don't know. If there was something that you really enjoyed about the podcast, I'd love to hear it. Like, I'd love to hear ideas, like where you think we could take it going forward and things like that. But I'll sort that out in time. Like, for now, I kind of, like, Madison and I always talk about it, like, just kind of call, like, sitting in the shit. Like, we kind of have this thing between us where we'll say, like, it's okay to, like, it's okay to feel how you feel, and, like, and to get mad and to react to something, but, like, after whatever amount of time, if you stay angry, that's a choice, and you're choosing to, like, continue to sit in the shit. Doesn't fully apply to this, but I use the term a lot, and so it's like, for now, I kind of want to sit and feel how I feel. I want to remember Andy. I'm really happy that we started this podcast, as much of a joke as it was. For almost a year after Celebration, we joked about it. And last January was when, like, I remember it so vividly. I was out on a short hike near the house, and we'd recently talked on Discord. I talked on Discord, and just his excitement for it. I think he'd just recently been on Spelt Out, and was like, yeah, let's do it, man. Like, let's do it. And then we were just joking about names, like the podcast title, like the name of the pod. And, like, we originally focused on a lot of Star Wars stuff, but then Andy was the one who pushed for it to not be Star Wars centered, like, focused, because he wanted to talk about all of the stuff that we enjoy. And he really pushed the positivity angle, which at first, I'll be honest, I was hesitant about, because I think some of our early kind of, like, taglines before we started recording were like, it felt a little cheese, because I think I was still resisting that. I think I was still resisting a lot of the, like brutal honesty and acceptance of, like, what you like being okay, and, like, not trying to, like, fit a mold. But I think on our, like, when we really started kind of, like, chatting and, like, recording it, and kind of, like, seeing, it's like, no, like, we're not doing this to create content. It really is, like, just two friends talking to each other in, like, little miniature therapy sessions, and just having a blast doing it. For me, I always told him, I'm like, that I needed this, because, like, I work from home, I work remotely, and so it's like, I think it's difficult when you don't have a routine that forces you to go out and socialize. And I think, especially after the pandemic and everything that kind of happened through that, I think I'd never fully kind of come back from that. And recording the podcast forced me into a schedule, a routine to get in front of somebody and, like, talk and, like, socialize, instead of kind of just isolating and telling myself, it's like, no, it's all right, it's fine. And Andy was the one who pushed for that. Like, I know the recording every week, like, it was important to both of us, but in the beginning, he was the one who really pushed to be like, we should chat every week, even if there's not a lot to talk about. Like, let's keep up the routine, let's keep up the habit, and it'll be good. It'll be good for us in the end. And lo and behold, it worked out. And, like, in the end, I was right there with him, being like, yeah, dude, let's record. Like, I didn't watch anything. I've been traveling or whatever, but, like, like it's still fun. Like we'll figure out something to talk about. Like it's that forced time. Um, and I'm gonna miss it, man. I'm gonna miss it a lot. I know he was really, really important and really like this community meant so much to him. Um, I know in the beginning we we bonded. We met just like right before celebration, and it was funny. Like it's just funny hearing it come out of somebody else's mouth, but like from in a different way of like, oh, they felt like an outsider. Oh, they've always been on the outskirts and just consuming content, yada yada yada. But then just hearing him talk and being like having such unique and creative ideas and like not just surface level. Um, and then going beyond that, just then like really emphasizing the mental health stuff, like just hearing somebody else say that it's it was like a breath of fresh air for me, because it's always felt like things were so separated. Like you can like your Star Wars, and that's like its own group, and then like your mental health stuff is something somewhere else, and then like your family is over here as well. Like that's something separate. You keep all those buckets separated, but like for him, it's like no, he's just everything that he loved, and he wasn't afraid to talk about it, and he wasn't afraid to say, "Hey, man, I love you," or reach out when it's inconvenient for him, or just to always be there for people. And that it's just like I didn't know I needed it as much as I did. Like the amount that he helped me, like with further processing of everything that I like that happened to my dad and stuff during the pandemic, and kind of helping me with that, helping me through that. I'll be eternally grateful for. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I tried writing stuff down, but uh, if you want something a little bit more eloquently stated, you should read his obituary. Um, it's it's really really nice, and it makes me really happy to see that like other people felt the same way. It wasn't just like he didn't just treat me like this. Like he treated everybody the same, and just was a genuinely awesome, positive person that just wanted everybody to be happy and to enjoy what they enjoyed, and feel how they felt, and to be better off in the end for it. Um, I'm I was laughing about it earlier because I was thinking of like, oh dang, what am I even going to call this episode? Which I'll probably call it like update or something. But I just heard his voice like getting on me, being like, no, no, you gotta name it one of your smart ass things. You gotta, which don't I mean I have thought of them. Like that is in a way of how I process things like this, is to make light of them, but I don't feel like it's appropriate. Like I've thought in my head, I'm like, from the very beginning, uh, when we started thinking about cover art, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're like Balin Skull, and I'm like Sean Hottie, and like got the stupid wig, and I was gonna do the cosplay and stuff, and he did not want to go to Celebration and in cosplay. He did not want to do that, and just laugh about it now and be like, damn, dude, like you didn't have to like take it this like you don't have to take the Balin Skull cosplay this far. Like you didn't have to go you didn't have to dress up. I wouldn't have made you do it. Like that this is a bit of an extreme measure in your Balin Skull cosplay. R.I.P. Ray Stevens. Like it's okay. Or like I thought about naming it like For Whom the Andy Bell Tolls. or like there's a bunch of other ones, but I'm not going to call him that. I got to get him out of my system. Uh, yeah. My, my heart breaks for his family, all girls. I know how much they meant to him. Uh, my heart breaks for all of our friends. Like, I'm sad that those who only knew him online didn't get to meet him, get to see how just electric he was in person. Because it was a sight to behold. Like, I've never felt more included and seen by somebody than when we were hanging out. Just, I'm bummed that he was excited to show Madison and I Portugal. I've never been. He would talk about it so much, and I'm bummed that we'll never get to see that with him. But damn, he's a good dude. Damn, he's a good dude. Oh boy, oh boy. The world is a little bit less bright without him, you know? But he would not want me to dwell on it. He would want me to, well, first of all, he'd want me to watch Skeleton Crew about 9 more times, which it's on the docket. I'll get to it. But he'd be wanting me to get excited for Celebration. Because you know what? I was there for a minute. I think if Madison wasn't going, like if she wasn't going and she has this whole trip planned around Celebration and stuff. If she wasn't going, I think I was in the place where I was just like, dude, I'm not going. Like, it's not, I don't think I can face it. I don't think I can, kind of leading up to all this. It's like, I don't want to be there if he's not there. But since we all got the word and just seeing the outpouring of support for Andy and just everybody who knew him just kind of coming together and being supportive and wanting to honor his memory and all that stuff. It's like, shit, man, like I don't feel obligated, but it's like, I want to go now. Like, I want to go and be around friends. I want to go and honor his memory, because he'd be, oh my God, he'd be so pissed at me if I didn't go. Like, he'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you doing? You just gonna sit around and mope all day? No, get out there and do it. Get out there and live life. Like, what are you? So yeah, I am going. I am going, and I'm gonna live it up. I'm gonna go there with Andy in spirit, you know? Even though, here's an update, even though I didn't get a Lightning Lane reservation for the shop store, I got 0 panels. I got nothing. I lost out on all of the lotteries. So yeah, I'm going to have plenty of time to walk the floor and scavenge bootleg Chewbacca toys. I'm going to have plenty of time to go and look at the artwork and do everything, just, and then kind of take it all in, you know? But yeah, I wanted to put this out. I know it's kind of rambling. I think I'm going to do another episode at some point. Once things kind of settle down a little bit, I want to have another episode where maybe we kind of have some friends on, maybe talk about some of our favorite memories and kind of honor them and stuff like that. Maybe, but I wanted to get this out because I think people deserve to know. And that's what this is. I know it's rambly. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, he was a killer dude, and he was the best friend like the best friend you could ask for. And it sucks that he's gone. I was going to look it up ahead of time, but I couldn't bring myself to listen to an old episode to catch the phrase. But at some point in time, I'll have to listen in and see what it exactly is, because I want to leave this episode with one of his phrases he always had, which is like, I can hear him saying it, but I can't think of the exact words. It's like, look after yourself, look after your family, look after your health, and, stay safe. You know it. You know what it is. And, yeah, we'll miss you, buddy. Until next time, everybody. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Look after your loved ones. And may the force be with you. Bye.